Hi there, thanks for clicking on the video. Today I'm going to show you a demonstration drive of me driving to a Part 2 standard. So this might be useful if you're training to be a driving instructor and you've got your Part 2 test coming soon. Today's first video is going to be on motorway and dual carriageway driving. On your Part 2 test, if there's a motorway nearby, you're almost guaranteed you're going to go on that motorway. So the examiner wants to see some motorway driving from you. You need to be driving like an experienced driver you are. So in particular, making progress when it's safe to, and driving with confidence, but staying safe and legal and following the guidance in the highway code, driving the essential skills and know your traffic signs. That also leads me to the point that if you are a learner that's watching this video, there's certainly some good tips you can pick up from this video, but bear in mind this video is more aimed at an experienced driver. So some of the driving I do in this video might be beyond the level you're expected to get to as a learner. But in particular, the ability to make progress safely. For example, on a Part 2 standard, you'll be expected to make a lot of progress to demonstrate your experience. Where on a learner test, there'd be less emphasis on that. They'd be a little bit more forgiving with your ability to make progress as you're a new driver. I hope you enjoy this video. Please feel free to leave any comments below. So turning left onto the A23 London Road. So that appears to be at the roundabout here via the filter lane as indicated by the road sign. So mirrors, signal, using brakes to slow, and the moment the speed I want, clutch down into gear 3. Crossing appears to be clear, cancelling the signal. A new road, speed limit's 50 miles per hour. So let's make some progress. I'm going to cancel off my speed limiter, and then let's make some progress. You're an experienced driver, get that foot down and get up to 50. And I think it's beeping because it basically is a bit slow of realising the new speed limit. So taking the exit A23 in 600 yards. So I'm going to stay behind this lorry because I'm currently doing about 46, 47. Because I turned so soon, there's not enough time to do the overtake. If I was carrying on straight though, get that overtake on, make some progress. So here's the exit. So mirrors, signal, check my right mirror as well for anyone that might be cutting in front of me. Cancel signal immediately after exiting, and up to 50 miles per hour. I'm going to be merging with traffic soon according to the road signs. The speed limit remains at 50 miles an hour. So where's the merge? There's a roundabout coming up soon as well. So check my mirrors because the lanes appear to be merging here. And then signal on, checking mirrors, also checking blind spot for anything that could be in your blind spot. Hitting the roundabout soon at 300 yards according to the road signs. So going ahead M23, yeah, that's confirmed on the sign. So what lane can I use here? M23 is, according to the signs, left or middle lane. So which one has less resistance, less traffic, and they're both empty, so I use left lane. So it's clear to the right, so into gear 3. Keeping nice and tight in our lane. We shouldn't be straddling the white lines, we should be able to keep in our lane. And then mirrors and signal to exit, checking the right mirror for anyone that might cut in front of me. The speed limit remains at 50 miles per hour, as there's been no signs to change it. And then block changing up to gear 5. So we do want to be doing block changing. We should be minimising the amount of gears we're doing by doing that block changing, and that's what we're looking for. We're going to go into gear 6 because this car can just about take gear 6 at 50, as long as the road's very flat.
Keep right, then go right on the roundabout and take the second exit.
Okay, so turning right to the roundabout and taking the second exit. So I'm going to start moving to the right lane and checking that blind spot, and then across we go.
Keep right, then go right on the roundabout and take the second exit.
I'm going to drop to gear 5 so it's now struggling on the slight hill. So I've got the beamer behind me, but he's a little bit close. I'm just going to brake and make sure he responds to my brake lights. I could have actually used the middle lane there, but I didn't know that from far back, so that's not a problem.
Go right on the roundabout
and is it safe? Yes, it is.
M23 towards Brighton.
So traffic lights around the corner. If it's safe, I'm going to try and get back to the left lane if I can. There is a van next to me, so I'm going to just stay here.
Then take
Signal
the
back on. The traffic lights might change, and I'm committed to the traffic lights. And then I'm going to take in the next exit. So I might just come off in the right lane for the moment because I've got the van in the left lane, and I'm going to see if I can get the overtake done on him. So 70 mile an hour road here, and unfortunately signs didn't tell me that, but we would reasonably assume it is 70 on the motorway. And now we're up to 70. So mirrors, blind spot, and in we go. And its speed limiter set to 70 miles per hour. So that's what we're looking for, things like that. Overtake that van. You're an experienced driver. Overtake the van to get to the speed limit quickly, as long as it's safe and legal to do so. So I'm carrying on for 11 miles. Let's get some overtaking on. Let's make some progress. So I'm going to let the beamer overtake me, and then blind spot, and out we go. And I'm just watching out for the lorry. He's moving into lane 3. He's going to signal on and try and get out to lane 4. And the van's helping me do that, so thank you, van. And then when you're on the motorway, so examiners may ask you, show me how you'd use the cruise control. So I'm going to take off my speed limiter and set the cruise control to 70 miles per hour. And there's no one else to overtake, so I'm moving now back to lane 3. And sure enough, check that blind spot. And again, there's no one else to overtake in lane 1, so I'm going to move back to that lane. So we're only in lanes 2, 3, 4, etc. if we're overtaking. If we're not overtaking, we should be moving back across the lane 1 as per the information in the highway code. And it is now officially illegal to stay in lane 2, 3, 4, etc. if you're not overtaking. And we've got traffic merging up here, so I'm just checking my mirrors. Have I got an escape route if I needed to? I have, but there's no need to move out to lane 2 because there's no more traffic merging. I am starting to gain on the trucking lane 1, so I'm going to consider overtaking soon. And I'm going to start thinking about it now because, and it's looking safe to go. Because there was a van behind me. I was going to plan quite early, so I could do it without having to slow my speed. So we plan our overtaking where we shouldn't have to slow our speed. We should generally be able to keep at 70. And I've got to be in, just cancel the cruise control, just the Royal Mail van coming out, and then go out to lane 3 to overtake him. And then just going to reset the cruise control to 70. Am I overtaking them at the moment? No, not really. So let's drop back to lane 2. What about here? Am I overtaking anyone in lane 1? No, not really. That van in lane 1's going pretty fast. He's probably over his speed limit. I'm just going to stay behind him. I'm going to cancel the cruise control. Just to get a bit of a better separation distance from him. But yeah, I'm going to hang far from him because he was going quite fast. I'm just going to drop my speed a bit and get a safe separation distance from him. Because if I stayed out in lane 2, I wouldn't be making progress on him, and I'd just be lane hogging in lane 2. So that's why I drop back to lane 1. I am having to drop down to about 60 to make a safe distance. Man, I'm at 60. Now I'm going to try and maintain this distance. And you'll see now I'm maintaining the distance, my speed's getting back to near 70. And it's much better to do this than sit behind them doing 70 and tailgating them, or to hang out in lane 2 and lane hog. So just drop back to lane 1, lose a bit of speed for a moment to gain a safe distance, and then get back, then maintain the distance, and you should be staying at about 70 or so. So like I say, I'm 67 at the moment, 68, so I'm making decent progress while maintaining the safe distance from the vehicle in front. So Examine the Mail may now ask you, can you show me how you would turn on the rear demister, please? Yep, sure, that's no problem. So just keeping the car nice and steady, and there's the rear demister. Thank you, and then we'll turn it back off. I'm in gear 6, yep, so that's fine. So I'm in the highest possible gear to save fuel. So I may be potentially overtaking them soon, so I'm considering that. I've got 6 miles to my exit, so I've got plenty of time to do it. So as soon as I notice I'm starting to lose my safe distance, I'm then starting to do the overtake and move out into lane 2. And I'm actually going to stick with my speed limiter rather than my cruise control, because I just prefer speed limiter because you can easily just slow down if needed. You can just come off the gas and it slows. With cruise control, I have to cancel it or brake to slow, so it's a little bit harder to manage the speed. And am I overtaking my own lane 1? No, so I'm going to drop back to lane 1. And again, keeping a nice safe distance. In the dry, it should be at least a 2-second gap, not a 2-second gap, at least a 2-second gap. In the rain, it could be up to 2 times as much, so it could be a 4-second gap. And the way we judge that is you wait for the vehicle in front to pass a fixed object and you start counting. So I'm going to wait for this vehicle in front to maybe pass this bridge just here, and I'm going to count 4 seconds. It depends how I want to count it. I like elephants. 1 elephant, 2 elephant, 3 elephant, 4 elephants. So at the moment I'm about a 4-second gap, and I've got traffic merging, so check my mirrors. Have I got an escape route? I have. I'm going to have my finger near the signal in case I need it, and I'm going to use it. So this way I can maintain my progress while helping the drivers to merge. So I've still got 4.5 miles to my exit, so still plenty of time to demonstrate some good making of progress and overtaking. So I'm making progress on one in lane 1. I'm now considering I'm going to make even more progress on the other one in lane 1. I'm suspecting not, because he's been going about 70 the whole way. So I'm going to hang out here for the moment because I'm making progress on him at the moment. And it'd be good to get past him because he's, like I say, sitting maybe at 70, maybe below 70. So it's really good to get past him, really, as long as I'm doing it safely and legally, which I am. It's about 70 miles per hour. Am I going to make progress on the van in lane 1? Probably not. I'm going to debate it. I'm going to hang out here for a moment. There's no one behind desperately trying to overtake me. So I'm going to just hang out here so I'm making some progress on them. And I've got the junction slip road turning off, so typically what goes off must come on. I'm certainly going to make progress on the black one in lane 1. So he seems to be going quite slow now, about 60 to 65. And here's the traffic merging. I just saw the sign just there. So anyone merging? No, there's not. And after the black one, there's certainly no one else to overtake. So the grey van's quite far ahead, seems to go at quite a speed. So let's drop back into lane 1. Road gradient's dropping here a bit. Just be mindful this might affect my speed, and does appear to be potentially road merging to my left. I can tell by the crash barriers. So van head's braking. There's no one looking to merge from the slip road. We've got the Audi coming into lane 2. Just keeping my speed at 70, because of course the speed limiter and cruise control won't necessarily brake you going down a hill. So you'll need to be on top of that yourself and read the road really well. That safe separation distance from the van in front. I'm not going to go out to lane 2. I'm just going to drop back a bit and keep that safe separation distance, because he seems to be going at a decent speed. If I went out to lane 2, I'm either going to end up speeding to overtake him, or I'm going to end up not being able to overtake him and just basically hogging lane 2. The one just a moment ago when overtaking the white van, the silver van is now overtaking me. That was probably just about acceptable to start on lane 2 to overtake, so I was just about making progress on him. Any slower than that though, get back in lane 1.
After 1 mile, turn left, B2115, towards Morningwood.
So turning left, B2115 to 2115, Morningwood. in 3/4 of a mile, so it must be this road sign here. And looking at this road sign, it's telling me it's quite a sharp turn off, and it's in 1/2 a mile. So I'm just going to hang out in lane 1 because it is only 1/2 a mile away.
800 yards, bear left, B2115 towards Morningwood. Then, at the end of the road, turn left.
So not enough time to do any more overtaking. So the 300-yard marker, we're doing our mirrors and signal. 200-yard marker there, we're going to maintain our speed for the moment. Just going to come off gas a little bit and checking mirrors. There's no one following me closely. And just brake a little bit now because it's a very sharp turn. Advisory speed of 20 miles per hour. Cancelling signal, braking, and then changing down the gears and off the brake. We should be braking fully before we change down gears typically, unless we're going down a very steep hill.
Turn left, B21.
So turning left, so mirrors and signal.
Turn left.
There's been no speed limit changes, so speed limit remains a national speed limit. Tyres and tarmac when we're stopping behind traffic. So is it safe to go? Yes it is. So national speed limit, now it's 60 miles per hour. It was national speed limit on the dual carriage, which is 70, but now it's 60. It's still national speed limit, but it's a different type of road.
Go right on the roundabout and take the 4th exit, M23, towards London. Then take the motorway.
So 4th exit, so mirrors, signal right, and into the right lane.
Go right on the roundabout and take the 4th exit, then take the motorway.
So that's the 2nd exit, M23 still this lane. Starting to spiral out slightly, so mirrors, signal, mirrors again, have a really good check, including checking into your blind spot and then cancelling signal as you exit. So 2 lanes to merge here, using one of least resistance, both are empty, so it's into the left lane, the right one's just for overtaking. Cancelling the speed limiter and up to national speed limits. Going through the gears to build the speed. I'm now just going to go into gear 5, so I'm going to have to stay behind this lorry in lane 1 because I'm going to merge and soon. I don't want to be on this left side with this blind spot. So mirrors and signal, checking the blind spot, and it's looking safe to merge. And then I'm going to see if I can now overtake this lorry. So I'm going to pop the signal on, see how the white one in lane 2 responds. He's letting me go, so I'm going to take that. And I'm just going to hang out here for a moment because they do seem to be making a bit of progress in lane 2. And drop into gear 6. So I was debating whether I should go up to lane 3 or not, but I just felt like they are building speed now up to about 67. So I felt like I went to lane 3, I'd probably end up not getting the overtake on without breaking the speed limit, so it's best just to hang out in lane 2. I'm making progress on the cream one, the VW Beetle in lane 1, so I'm going to hang out here in lane 2. Just braking a bit just to make my safe distance. Can I get the overtake on? No, it's a bit tricky in this sort of situation. Are they moving back to lane 1? Are they going to? I'm going to move back to lane 1 myself as well. So I'm just not making any progress in lane 2 there. So we've got traffic merging from the left. One lane's merging with me, and also another one's becoming a new lane. So it's going to be 4 lanes soon. And I'm currently in gear 6 at 67 miles per hour. So I've got an escape route if needed, and there's no one looking to merge. And it's a really good example back there. We do want to make progress when it's safe to.
You have reached your destination.
So this is where the sat-nav route ends for the moment. And I'm going to move back to the left lane because I am going to be taking the next exit off towards Gatwick and Red Hill. Yeah, it's a good example back there though, that we do want to make progress, but only when it's safe to and legal to. I just felt there, I would have gone to lane 3, I would have been able to get the overtake on, but I suspect it would have been speeding. So I thought it would just be best to stay in lane 2. And the examiners will understand that. If it's not safe and legal to do an overtake, then they wouldn't expect you to do it. So you don't have to be always doing the speed limit, as long as there's a good reason not to be doing the speed limit, as long as it's not safe to be doing the speed limit. So for example here, it's not safe to do 70 because I'm turning off soon, and I don't want to overtake this lorry on the left, what you might know as undertaking. So that's a perfectly fine reason to be doing below the speed limit. So now I'm going to start to overtake them now, because now I've got the hatched area in the middle that makes me a bit more protected from them, a bit of space from them really. And at the roundabout I'm going to be turning left, the first exit. The left turn appears to have a filter lane. So mirrors, no signal needed because it's a filter lane, it's not really going to benefit anyone. And using the brakes to slow, no clutch yet. Now at the speed I want, now clutch down into gear 3. And new speed limit is 50 miles per hour. So mirrors, and then increasing the speed to 50 and block changing up to gear 5. And speed limit is set to 50 miles per hour. I'm actually going to go to gear 6 here because the car's asking for it, and it will work because it's quite flat. It struggles a little bit, you might hear that, but it will just about cope with it. I'm actually going to drop down to gear 5 actually because the roundabout soon, plus because it gets a bit more hilly here, so then it's going to start struggling. So the roundabout I'm going to be following the road ahead towards Red Hill A23, so that's middle or right lane, so seeing if it's safe to move across, which it is. So lane of least resistance, they're both empty, so let's use the left one, because that's the one I should normally be using unless I'm overtaking. Still 50 miles per hour. So braking, no clutch yet, clutch now and into gear 3 once I've decided it's safe to go. I'm going to go into the middle lane here, and then if I can, try to come off in the left lane because I'm not overtaking. Still 50 miles per hour. And then get up to 50 briskly and into gear 5. Definitely not gear 6 here because it's a hill, it's really going to struggle in gear 6 here. But now it's flattened out, now I might consider using gear 6 and see how it feels about it. It just about copes with it. So we've got a roundabout coming up soon. At the roundabout I'm going to be turning right, the fourth exit towards Crawley A23. So moving lanes in good time, to give myself plenty of opportunity to get over should it be busy. So just reading the sign, yep, so fourth exit, Crawley and Red Hill A23. So there is a van behind me reasonably close, just making sure I'm braking nice and early to give me time to respond. Let's get this wipers going a bit quicker. And is it safe to go? Yes it is. And then checking my mirrors, signalling left, blind spot and gently coming across. And we'll be merging with traffic soon, and was the warning of cyclists. So mirrors, signal, blind spot, and it's safe to merge. And my headlights have come on. If they haven't come automatically, then make sure you turn on your headlights when it's raining as well as your wipers.